I tell myself a lot that I don't know. People will say, you know what, yo, why do you you know, like what's the purpose? Like, why do you do this? Like, you know, I don't know, man. You know, I say that a lot, and I be knowing, but I don't know. You see, there I go again. I know exactly.
Well, I'm sure y'all know my name by now. Somebody actually had the audacity to come on to one of my videos and ask me how long I've been going by the name Pammy. My whole life, I was given the name Pamela when I was born. Pammy has been my nickname my whole life. Almost 48 years. So, now that I got that out of the way, anyway, today is my wash and retwist day. This is so I do 4 retwists annually, which means I retwist my hair every 3 months. Now, 6 weeks in between, 6 weeks, so twice within that 3-month period, I'll do like a frontal T-zone retwist to clean up the front of my hair and the edge, along the edges, just to give it a clean up look. But I don't mess with the middle. I let it be, I let it grow and do its thing. So I already washed my hair, as you see, because I'm wearing my wrap towel. This is my yellow Peculiar Roots microfiber wrap towel. You see Peculiar Roots written like somewhere in the back, right? And I keep this on my hair for about maybe half hour after I wash my hair. And that pretty much soaks up a lot of the moisture out of my hair after I've washed my hair. Of course, I will squeeze my locks to, and not wringing out, but squeeze my locks to release as much water as possible. So these are my freshly washed locks right here, and they smell good because I use my Jamaican black castor oil shampoo and conditioner in one. I always do my first wash with the ACV shampoo, just to make sure I give a good conditioning wash at my roots and in my scalp to make sure that my follicles are well cleaned out and everything. So my hair is it's damp right now, but it's not like dripping wet, which is, I don't want to work with dripping wet hair. And so right now I'm going to section my hair into 4 sections because I work in sections, because child. And you see me sitting comfortably on my couch. This is the arm of my couch. This is going to save my shoulders from the murder that I'm going to go through, but I'm going to get it done. So this is first stage. I'll be back. I'm going to be doing like little clips here and there. So sometimes when I come back, I will have like a good amount of them already done. And then, you know, I'll come back and talk to you, do some more, and so on. And I'll do a few of them on camera with you and talk with you too. So it's retwist day on May 16th. What's today? May 16th. Yeah. And in 2 days is my 26th wedding anniversary. So you know I gotta be cute. I gotta be cute. You know, I gotta be cute. No. But May 16th. So the next one will be in August, right before my birthday. Yeah. So I'll be doing that right before my birthday, which is good, because I don't want to enter chapter 49 looking scraggly. I want to enter my next year looking my best. So I'll be back. All right. I'm going to section my hair, and I'm going to come back and talk to you about what I'm going to use to retwist my hair. Right? Okay, so I'm back. I sectioned my hair off. So this one. So it's a quarterly section. This one I'm leaving loose, of course, because I'm going to be starting right here in this section of my hair. And if you hear traffic outside, I apologize, but it's a really beautiful spring day, and I also have my fan on high blowing at me because I'm also in my upper 40s and approached the threshold going into middle pause. So I get hot a lot. Thankfully, it's not accompanied with like crazy sweating, but I still don't like the heat that I feel. It feels like I'm baking inside out. It's not pleasant. But anyway, getting back on topic, I'm going to start in this section back here, right? So when I do my retwist, Generally, I use my flaxseed mousse for most of my twist. But like around the edges, just to give it nice, you know, laid down, I like to use my Peculiar Roots lock pomade. I have my 8-ounce jar. I have a bunch of different smaller ones over there, 4-ounce ones, but I'm gonna use my 8-ounce jar. I've been working on this jar for a few months now. I generally use it with all of my clients as well, so that's why so much of it is gone already. About half of it is gone, and I've opened this jar maybe, I don't know, a few months ago, and I'm going to use my pomade a little teeny bit on the locks in the middle, but mostly it's going to be around the edges of my, I'm sorry, there's a little hair in there that I don't want in there. I don't want hair in there. Even though the hair is clean, that still grosses me out when I see hair inside of a jar of products. So that's what I'm going to use to, like, you know, you see how, you know, kind of poofy my edges are. And also a lot of times people like to well, not like to, people with gray hair have the question of, will the pomade tame my grays and lay them down? And the answer to that is yes. So I'm going to show you, when I get to the front, I'm going to show you how nicely it lays down my front edges and whatnot. I did leave something off this table, but I'm going to show you from over here because there is a bottle of it. But I'm not going to use this in. I'm going to get up and go get another one. I'm going to use refresher spray because as I'm working on my hair is it's getting dry pretty fast now since I took the towel off my head. So it is going to get dry as I go. So I'm going to have to keep re-moisturizing my hair. And I'm going to be using the refresher spray. I'm going to put my son's apple back for he'd be like, Mom, he come in here and see his apple on my table. Like, Mom, I thought you bought the apple for me. My sons have favorites. My youngest son, he loves the one that smells like candy, and that would, for him, would be the pineapple one, and he likes the pomegranate pear one a lot too. But he and I fight over that one because that happens to be my favorite. And once I'm done retwisting my hair, of course, I'm going to oil my scalp with the conditioning oil here. And also on the table over there, I have my growth serum, which I'm going to put in this section here. Now this section has filled back in pretty full, and I'm so grateful for that because one of the symptoms of being perimenopausal is thinning hair, like slower growth, and the density of the hair decreases. So at one point the density of my hair had decreased to a low density, so you can see like my scalp a lot easier up here as opposed to the rest of my head. And what happened was the growth serum reawakened the follicles that weren't growing as fast as they were before perimenopause started to kick in. And now that it's been like rejuvenated, my hair's been growing in at the rate that it once was before, and therefore then you see what you had before you here, where you see my part, but it's not like wide or anything like that. So I'm happy about that, thankfully. Only thing with the new growth, you got to make sure with your growth serum, you have to be consistent. Your hair's going to grow one way or the other, but if you really want it to be regulated like me, I needed my hair to grow at a regular rate. I use it every day in my trouble spot. I don't put it all over my hair. I just put it in this area to make sure. And I also was using it along my hairline, which I now have extra hair up there too. It's gray, but I don't care. I'm embracing my greatness. So I'm going to get started. When I come back, this section of my hair is going to be done because the back is the hardest because I have to do a lot of reaching, so it's going to be hard for me to do too much demoing. And I'm not a person who cares very much about parts as long as my locks are separated. That's all that matters. My locks may look uniform to you on film, but they do differ in size. They vary subtly, but they vary in different sizes, and you'll see that in the parts as well. And that's fine. That's how I wanted it to be because it gives my locks character, and I love it. So I'll be back in a little while. Bye. Okay, so what I'm going to do, this is what I have done so far, but I'm going to demonstrate with one of them what I do. Like I said, I don't care about parts, so keep your comments to yourself. I'm not Miss Neato. That's not my thing. That's not why I have locks. I'm not looking for a uniform or symmetrical look. Okay? So, this is my next lock. Of course, I'm using the mirror. Right? I'm not even using the comb to part this area of my hair because, simply put, like I said, I'm not that much interested in there being certain parts. I put a little bit of pomade on this section, and I use my fingers first. I'm using both hands now, right? And that's my twist. There you go. That's it. I don't palm roll it back. That's too much friction on my shoulders and all of that. I'll do one more. Okay. Another one of my thickums. This one. This was one of the ones that I saved. It had gotten really thin, and I left it alone for a little while. Right. Once I left it alone, all the extra hair that was regrowing itself out the back. I'm sorry for the cars outside. See, I just use this hand to kind of finger roll it like you would in the friction or movement of a palm roll, right? And pretty much, I'm gonna put this up here because I'm not ready for that one yet. But this is how I'm doing, and so I'm going to continue and finish this section, and I'm going to do the other side over here. And when I come back, we'll be working in the front, okay? Real quick, this section is done right here. Now I'm going over here. Hey, I'm back. It went faster than I thought it would go, so I'm going to turn around. And the whole back of my head is done, both sides. I'm going to use like 3 or 4 clips to hold everything in place. So, now this side is next. I'm going to prep it and I'll be right back. So, I'm going to be working on this section here, right? What I do when I do this is I flip everything over here, and starting with the one on the bottom here, right? And this one. These two will be my first two. I'm talking like I'm taking them as victims or something, right? These will be my first two. And of course, I care a little bit about the front. Not so much, but I just don't want hairs that don't belong in that lock. There, and I have a lot of loose hair that doesn't belong with that lock. So see all of this right here, this hair right here, this hair is newly grown hair from using the growth serum. So my hairline used to start back here, and this is the extra hair from reawakening the hair particles. I mean the hair particles. I should be ashamed of myself. The hair follicles. Reawakening the hair follicles there. That gave it some character, not character, but revived them and so on. Right? So now what I'm going to do, we're going to put a little pomade on there. I decided just to use the pomade this time. Now in the front, I'm going to definitely retwist my hair using the pomade. Okay? So until I get to something that's going to anchor this down, I'm going to just lift this up right here and pin it up for a second, just to get it out the way. Oops, ow. Damn, that hurt. I'm pinching my hair. Look at me. Put a little aloe. This is the aloe refresher spray. Aloe refresher spray. I like that better than the regular refresher spray when I am doing my hair. And I use my edge brush, the Peculiar Roots edge brush, for these front hairs. So basically, now I'm using it just to brush the aloe spray into that hair so it's spread all throughout the hair. And I like to still keep my lock back here so that it's not pulling, you know, any tension, putting any tension on my front edges, because we don't need those getting thin again. Like, my edges were there, but they were like super thin. Like super duper thin. So I like to twist it back here because I wear my hair back a lot, so I want to make sure that my hair is twisted in the direction that I'm going to primarily wear my hair, right? Now those are done, and I'm going to anchor them down with a clip, right at the base, so they can stay in place, just like so. Then I'm going to do the next row. So basically, to do the row, because I have so much new growth, I could lift them up just so I can see what I'm doing. But you see, it's not hard for me to separate and part my hair too much. And I'm sitting over here on the side by the open window, because as you see, I'm using the natural light to illuminate my way through this. And so the little birdies outside can sing to me. I still want to know where the hell all the pigeons are. Pigeons used to sit on my windowsill every day. I haven't seen a pigeon in months. Where are the pigeons? Where are the pigeons? Okay, so I still have refresher spray up here, so I'm just going to put the pomade on it. Right? And again, using my fingers, and then one good palm roll, right? And open, put it right in there. That way. Ow, I got a hair. Ow. Nothing I can't stand more than when the clip gets snagged on the hair. That shit hurts. And I'm not going to say part of my language because I'm a grown ass woman and I say what I want. I ain't going to drop no F-bombs on you, but I wish somebody would watch your mouth like I'm a child. Do you see all this new growth? Do you see all of this new growth? That's a lot of new growth. A lot of new growth. Okay. I'm going to do that and that. Right? Bam. Bam! No. And then, finally, again, refresher spray. One spray to do this one. Well, I did two. Right? Edge brush. Get it spread up. And see all the new growth? This is what my lock is. The rest of this is new growth. So that's why I wait 3 months between my retwists. Give my hair some time to rest and grow. So you see, I have a lot of gray there, right? Again, I do my twist further back so that I'm not putting too much friction down on my front hairline. And so, okay, so I am almost done with this quarter of my hair. I'm in the last row as I approach the center. This is one of my locks that I had twisted together. You know, I like some of my locks together. Just give my hair a little bit of character, you know. Right? Oh, okay. Well, it's just way down here. I'm trying to figure out where to put this. Okay. Right, so I just got these few left here. What's this one? Because I moved it out the way. But yeah, see all this extra hair right here, this new hair. That's the new hair that after my hair follicles woke up, you know, from using the hair growth serum. New hair that grew back in, so that increased the volume of density to my hair. And I'm not going to put myself through the headache of crocheting hair and or nothing like that. I'm just going to, you know, roll it in there. What sticks, sticks. What doesn't stick, it's not going to stick, and that's fine too. You know, I just want to be sure that I have hair there, and that's all that matters in that regard, as you see. And so, I mean, this has been less harsh on my shoulders than it was when I did it last time. I guess because I started moving more, so my muscles are, I got muscles, I don't have muscles, but you know, so that my body gets used to moving again, and you know, not just being immobile and stuff. Trying to be as active as possible, because although I kept off that little bit of weight that I took off when I was doing keto, I still have a long way to go as far as what my goals are, and that became a lot more difficult again since perimenopausal time has approached and it's doing this thing. A lot of changes to my hormone levels and whatnot, so it's been a challenge, but for the most part, when it comes to this hair, I'm just glad that I still have hair on top of my head, because, you know, it was a decision I made late in life to lock my hair. I started my lock when I was 40 years old, and I headed into my 8th year of being locked. So, yes, I know that gave my age away, but that's okay. I don't care. You know, I went all the way into becoming natural. So, things like my age and my gray hairs and all of those things are part of me embracing my natural and authentic self. So, this is it for this quarter of my hair, and all I have left is this right here. I'm going to finish this up because I have to reposition myself to get some natural light from outside. Then I'll come back with the finished touch and show you what I do to finish it up, and there you have it. But 3/4 there. So I flipped myself around. As you see, my TV and my shelving unit is behind me. I'm sitting in my styling chair, and so that I can use the light from outside as my lighting system. So yeah, I'm going to get started with this one. I only have one on this side because I don't know, I guess this side was thinner than the other side. But again, I flipped these over there, and I'm going to work one at a time, starting with this one here. My hair is really dry now, so I had to put some refresher spray on it. I'm gonna use my lock brush to get that up there so you can see my part better. Right. And again, I'm just going to see this extra hair right here. This didn't have this. This is new hair that I grew in using my growth serum. So that's how much, you know, it's not just filling in and it's just little bits of hair. It's actually, you know, hair. Now, I've grown more than this, but I stopped crocheting it into my lock. And I'll just twist it in there. And like I said, whatever sticks, sticks, and whatever doesn't. Once it gets to a certain length, I'm probably going to crochet it, because that's what I did before. It got down to about here, and I was like, oh no, that's too much. So I crocheted it into the lock. But my hair has grown in quite a bit, and I'm glad that I have my, you know, it shrunk my forehead a little bit. I haven't, you know, I'm part of the tribe, 5-head tribe. But yeah, so I'm going to get to this, and pretty much finish up. I will come back and talk to you while I remove my clips and oil my scalp, and just gonna put my hair in a ponytail to anchor it in place. Right, and that's it. Twist, flick it back. I'm gonna pin this back here with those, and yep. Okay, so I'll be back after I'm done with this section. I made it to the end. No, this is the last row of lock that I'm gonna do, that us gonna do. So yeah. Which way? Which way do we go? You know what? I'm just gonna put a new clamp. I don't know why I'm over here trying to figure out which one. Just put a new clamp. Right. We I'm using my fingers for these, because using my fingers helps me to make sure I turn it in the right direction, because all of my locks are turning that way. You gotta be. Because now that it's getting warmer, now that it's gotten warmer, I'm probably gonna be doing my little 2-strand or whatever. Again, sorry for the sound that's coming from outside. Somebody got a loud behind shopping cart. I thought my cart was loud. Damn. What are they doing? Jeez. Again, back this way, put it in that clamp. That's two, my little, what these remind y'all of? The roaches. I told you I'm corny. If you know me personally, I'm forever with these little corny ass jokes. Jokey joke. Little corny ass jokey joke. So, using my fingers so that my hair is going in the direction I want it to be in. So when I pull it back, I'm not yanking and pulling on my front edges. And before I turned the camera on, I did moisturize it with the aloe vera, so that this part right here can go slowly. And then us gonna take a break. Now I'm gonna take a break, right? I'm gonna take a break and come back to you because I'm gonna leave my hair clamped down for a little bit. So all of it is done. All of it is done. I'm gonna do my chair rotation. As you see, it's all done in the back and on and whatnot. My chair's crooked and I'm so angry about it, but it is what it is. I'll get a new chair soon. So my hair's done. I'm gonna leave my clamps in for a little while, let it dry. And then I'm gonna come back to you and just have one little small chat with you and let you know the finishing touches to do with the oil and the refresher spray. And that's it. That's it for my retwist. See you in 3 months. Hello. So it's been an hour since I completed my retwist. Oh, ouch. Pull my hair. So now I'm taking out my clips, right, like so. It's not that many of them, so. Again, everybody's home now, so you might hear a lot of background noise, outside noise, and all of that, and that's okay. So these are all my retwists are done. Right. Almost got all of the clips out. And my hair's still slightly damp, but that's why I'm going to put it in the ponytail in a minute, just to let it stay, so it stay in place. But my hair, because of the length, it really doesn't have the space to unravel the way it used to, and my locks are shorter. So I think I got the all out. Yeah. So all of my locks are now done. Like, boom. And that's for that. So now I'm going to use my conditioning oil. And I'm just going to put little dots of it in different places all over my head. You know, I don't like to do like a big long stream of it. Just, you know, just a little drip of it in different spots on my head. Like so. That's how I oil my scalp. I don't like do a whole line of oil on my hair. Nothing like that. Like I said, locks should be, and I'm just rubbing it in and raking my fingers downward in my scalp between the gaps. Dang, I almost poked myself in the eye. My eye was almost done. And then I'm going to just put a little in my hand like that, right? And make my fingers do it on this side. Right. Same thing over here. Just that much. That's it. Rake my fingers through. And the rest that's on my palm. And I just rub it like that. With the front edges, like so. Okay, and I'm just gonna put it in the ponytail for a little bit, let them stay anchored in place a little while longer. Okay, so they all been naked and close. Next, so and that's the back. So, and my retwist is complete until August when I do it again. I forgot one thing. See, the locks at the nape of my neck, I had cut them off, right? So what I do is I keep it short, and with the help of my son Rick, I also had him trim and shape my neckline. So now I'm done. I'm gonna put my ponytail back in, but with a bigger scrunchie, but the other one was too tight. Now I'm done.